So I guess the next topic was also sort of to do with bans. As we all know, Doctor Disrespect was banned from the platform and is now streaming on YouTube. He played in a Warzone tournament with a few other people. One of those being NadeShot, who streams on Twitch, and they actually were live on Twitch playing with the doc. So it's a fairly established rule that if a banned streamer is on your stream, then you can be banned for that as well. You know, you shouldn't be showing any content of a banned streamer. You shouldn't be playing with a banned streamer and allowing them on the platform. And I think Twitch specifically also said, or somebody also specifically said, that the doc wouldn't be able to play with, you know, any person who's live on Twitch, which is something we talked about previously because he's known for playing with people like NadeShot, Tim the Tapman, even Ninja. So up until now he hasn't. However, in this scenario, NadeShot played with with Doc on Twitch, and he acknowledged that he wasn't allowed to do that, but nothing has happened yet. So, what do we think about that one?
Because you said his comment was when somebody in chat asked, Condi, you said was basically just like, what are they going to do? Ban me?
I believe
No,
the clip I saw.
It was more why. Why would they ban me?
Why would they ban me?
Like, I'm playing with a doc. Yes, he's banned, but why would you ban me for that? And he went on to say, I've been here since Justin TV. Like, they need to think about it if they ban me. So it was like, okay. It was almost like it was a threat. You know, like he's got some of these huge content creators, and like, to me, it sounded like if you ban me, we're all going. You know, it was like.
So do you think that was like a deliberate choice of his before the stream even started, that he went in knowing that this was going to be a topic that would be raised, and simply this is a political statement on what he sees to be as like the ridiculousness of the policy, and that this is like his stand for it? Or do you think it was like in the moment he was just kind of like, well, I mean, that would be stupid, you know?
So there's been a lot of controversy with him on like not being invited to Twitch Rivals. He wasn't part of Vicstar's Warzone tournament. There was something else he wasn't invited to as well. So he's kind of pissed off at Twitch in my eyes. So I think this was almost like a fuck you, Twitch. You know, if you're not gonna invite me to some of these huge things after I've like done everything for this platform, fuck you. I'm streaming with somebody that's banned. You want to try and ban me? Go for it. I don't think you're gonna do it. That was the way that it kind of came across.
It seemed very much like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, and it did sort of seem like he's kind of goading Twitch to see what they'll do. And I hadn't even considered, you obviously bring up the point that, you know, he runs 100 Thieves. He has streamers, some of the biggest names, you know, in his company. And we already know he has, you know, like Courage JD and Valkyrie that stream on YouTube. Maybe this was a test to see, well, if Twitch banned me, I'll just go to YouTube where I have all these friends that are already on YouTube. Yeah, I hadn't actually considered that. But as of right now, Twitch hasn't taken any action.
Nope, he's still live. Well, not live, but you know what I mean.
His channel
He hasn't been bad yet.
He's alive.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Do you see Twitch taking any action on this, or do you think they'll just look the other way?
With the doc, who fucking knows? You have no idea. They might turn around in 6 months' time, say you streamed with doc, get out of here. There's no. It doesn't seem like there's a word for word policy on if you do this, you will be banned. There seems to be like some bullet points, but I mean, if you look at this situation in particular, if you stream with a banned streamer, you are also liable to be banned, and it hasn't happened.
Yeah,
I think that they leave that slight ambiguity in there just so that it gives them the leeway to kind of dance on either side of the fence. And some instances they will take action, others they won't, you know. And I think that that's why it gives them the latitude to make decisions, you know, say like with someone like Leafy versus, you know, other people who just got a temp ban. It gives them the wiggle room where they don't have to be so concrete as to have a a rule that is just like hard and fast across the entire platform. It gives them that room to kind of like mix it up. I don't know if that's a good thing.
Well, I think that's where a lot of these issues come from, because Twitch has that wiggle room a lot of the time, and that's where the community can get super mad about, inconsistencies and things like that. It's a discussion I was having with people earlier today about, from a business point of view, Twitch need to protect their biggest earners, but
Do they?
well, they do.
They want to, but should they if the person is in violation of something that would be bannable, and then they just like give them a very light slap on the wrist?
Well, that's the thing. But then, there's the complete 180 of that, where they just took out the dock for, as far as we know, no reason yet.
As far as he knows, I mean, he's adamant. He's like, I honestly do not know. He's
Yeah.
like, they have not.
I don't believe him.
I don't believe
You
him.
don't
I don't
either.
believe that
I
he
do.
doesn't know.
I do. I believe him.
I still feel like Twitch hasn't told him, but I think he knows. But I think Twitch haven't said. I know he said he doesn't know subsequently, but I still go back to that original tweet where he says Twitch hasn't notified me of the reason, which I think is, I at the time I was like, that's worded very specifically, of they've not said, but but again, I feel like he's got to know. I feel like he's got to know, surely, with a contract of that size. Anyway, without getting back too much into the doc drama there, it'll be interesting to see what happens with NadeShot. I don't want to see him banned for it personally. I think that would be stupid, but I can understand why Twitch have that rule, because a streamer is banned from the platform for a specific reason, and they don't want to be giving a banned streamer any more airtime on their platform.
Well, because essentially anyone who does co-stream with that person, their content and their words are still gonna, because there is no way to ensure that if you co-stream with someone, their audio isn't coming through into the other person's stream. You are basically streaming that other person. So it's regardless of whether or not the other streamer, the other party in question, whether Twitch sees it as they're endorsing the banned party, you're still not going to eliminate their presence on the approved streamer's content. So NadeShot still has his audio coming through, his comms coming through. If somebody asks the doc a question in the doc's chat and the doc says something untoward or really scathing of Twitch, then that is going to also, unless he's muted, which he may not always be, is going to come through into the other person's stream. And so it does make sense to a degree why you just can't be party to a person who has been excised from a platform, because their content will bleed through somebody who is still on the whitelist who is approved.
Yeah, but I mean, I imagine someone like Doc. I mean, this isn't his first rodeo. You know what I mean? Like he's a professional. He's a business person. Sure. I'm sure he would go about it in a certain way to where that specific wouldn't happen. But someone on not as accustomed to, or has the prowess he has, could definitely fall into that category for sure.
I think that NadeShot did this knowing full well what the risk was. I think the doc also knew what the risk was for NadeShot. So I think you're right, Humps. I agree with you that he wouldn't be interested in putting somebody else in the position of jeopardizing, their brand and their channel. So no, do I really think NadeShot put himself at risk? Well, the only thing he did was really just the fact that you're not supposed to do it, and he's just poking the bear.
Yeah.
Interestingly, when Ninja first moved to Mixer, Doc was one of the loudest voices complaining about, on the front page of Twitch, you had Lupo, who was playing Fortnite with Ninja. So that even though Ninja wasn't on Twitch anymore, he was still on the front page of Twitch via Lupo's stream. And I remember the Doc being one of the people saying, how is this happening? So it's kind of interesting that he's now on the other side of it. But yeah, definitely, I'm trying to keep up with all of it to kind of see where the outcome's going to be. But I would hate to see Twitch ban NadeShot for this, but I think they probably won't let it continue at the same time.
I just had to look through the rules, and it seems to be ban evasion. Ban evasion That seems to be
Sounds
how
like
they get you.
Panavision.
It's like if you still manage to get your content on the site, whether it be comms or whatever, that's you evading that original ban,
Yeah.
and that
Mm.
seems to be why they enforce it, which I do get.
Well, yeah, they were banned for a reason. They don't want to give them a platform. So if they're still on the platform, it's counterintuitive to what Twitch wants with their ban.
Mhm.
So I totally understand why that rule's in place. It's just, yeah, it's difficult. Because even if you get temporary banned, you're not allowed to be on Twitch on someone else's stream.
Mm-mm.
I mean, there's ways you could probably get around it. Like, I mean, if they really gave a shit, which obviously NadeShot doesn't give a shit, but I'm
No.
just saying, like, if they did, like, I wonder they'd probably have a better case because, like, right now it's like they just openly violated what Twitch said. So I mean, that's no one's arguing that at all. But what I'm interested to see what would have happened had, say, they set up their audio to where only they could hear each other,
Hmm.
and his NadeShot's channel couldn't hear. You know, they could see Dr. Disrespect's name on, you know, Warzone or whatever, but I mean that's it.
They
So
can't hear
his
his
content
comms.
wouldn't be bleeding through, but they'd still have, you know, game communication and whatnot. And he probably wouldn't have him muted on his channel
Yeah,
on YouTube.
like how granular do you want to get in drawing
Yeah,
that
exactly.
line?
Yeah.
Yeah, like his name is visible in the lower left corner, like when he's like waiting for a res.
That
like
could be
is
anybody,
that
you know what I mean?
right? Exactly.
Yeah.